Good morning, YouTube. Out for the dog walk again. Early in the morning. Sunday morning. Come on, Jackie. Not sure if anybody's going to be online today or anybody be watching. So I'll walk along myself and just see what happens. See if anybody comes alive and interacts with me. Maybe not. This could be a very slow live stream. Let's see. This is the by my house. That's the track down there and a track up there, and this track here leads up to my neighbour's house. It's in the forest. It's in the forested area. This is St. Petersburg in Russia. And don't go in the puddles. Don't go in there. Don't you dare. He likes to lay down in the puddles for some reason. Don't you dare lay in that. Come on. Gets and lays in the puddles. So it's one of them things. It's lovely here today. It's very forested. It's like the quiet before the storm today, because it's obviously the leaves have fallen and it's just forest. It's not raining yet, it's not snowing yet. It's like the minutes, days before the snow comes. It won't be long. It's an eerie calm kind of thing. At this time of year, who are expecting now, we're kind of expecting colder weather and snow, and it's kind of eerily warm, and which is a bit odd. But it's been a funny year, hasn't it? It's been a funny year of wet weather, and now it's dried up. So let's turn around here. Yeah, it's been a funny old weather, so and because of that, we've not had a lot of mushrooms in the forest. There's been nothing. It's been very, very, very odd weather. Hello, whoever was online. And we've also lack of apples this year. Apples, really, there was some, but they basically failed because the heavy rains at the beginning of the year, they didn't blossom, and because of that, the bees didn't get to pollinate the flowers, and there's very little apple produce. And also there's a lack of bees this year as well because of the rain. Obviously they survived the winter, but then died off before they got a chance to make honey, right? So there's a lack of bees this year. For wild bees, you normally expect to sit up in Novgorod, where I normally am. Normally you'd expect to see a lot of wild bumblebees, and this year there was nothing. It's like really odd. There wasn't even any wasps, really. So it was a funny old summer. If you're watching, this is live from St. Petersburg in Russia, which is just outside of St. Petersburg in Leningrad Oblast. The Leningrad Oblast is like the regions of St. Petersburg, or the outer regions, the suburbs, if you like. And this is a forest area where I live. If you're new to my channel, if you're new to my lives, I have a lot of content on the building of my house up in Novgorod. I'm building a house up there. Home build, self-build, and you can see the videos up there. My daughter used to say videos. There's my dog, one of my dogs. He's a Volkasov, which is like part mixed wolf, part mixed German Shepherd dog. Another one over the old fox face. He's a real old mixture of anything. Heinz 57, aren't you? articulated and Jackie Chan. They're my dogs. It's very nice here. Say hello if you're in the chat. I can't see it yet, but say hello. It's always nice to talk to people. It's always nice to see people. This is coming from Russian Federation, former USSR. No war bears included, no vodka, and no KGB. Unless you don't subscribe, in which case I do send the KGB. But yeah, it's a lovely place. Been living here a long time. I've been here in Russia 15 years. Just about. I think it's called 16 now. Actually. But, yeah, it is Russia. This is the Russian Federation. As you can see, it's not quite what the West makes it out to be, really, is it? Sometimes a lot of times they tell lies. In fact, most of the times they tell lies, if not all the times, especially the BBC and whatever. So, welcome to my chat, whoever's coming on. Welcome to my live, whoever's coming on. I'm coming live from St. Petersburg, Leningrad Oblast, in Russia, and the wind is howling. Oh, get that. That is a bit windy, isn't it? How about that destroyed my microphone there, didn't it? Dog going for a crap, I'm not bloody filming on that. Why do they do that when I've got the camera on? Show-offs. I'm going to walk up here, and then I'm going to take a right turn, and I'm going to go by the General's house, and I'm going to come back down, and then I'm going to go through the forest there, because I know, in fact, you know what? Shall I go that? No, I won't. I'll go this way. What I did fail to bring with me today was a bag or something, because I know that there is some mushrooms down there that I have not collected. And I spotted them yesterday. And it's raining now, isn't it? It's raining. What? Can't do live streams in the rain. Don't want to get wet. That's mad, isn't it? Shall I go through the forest? We'll see if you're in the forest. Well, there should be some overhead cover, but all the leaves have fallen, haven't they? Jackie, Archie, come on. Liam, Lim Han, any bears? No, there's no bears. No bears in this forest. None that I've spotted yet. There's no, there is bears in Russia, of course there is lots of bears, but not in this part of this forest. It's too near the city. But this forest actually goes as far as Pushkin, which is over there, and there is bears apparently, but not down here. Why haven't you guys conquered Ukraine yet? Oh, sure, no, you're back again, aren't you? Why haven't we conquered you? I'm not conquering anybody. I don't want to fight anybody. Why haven't you conquered? Why haven't you sorted out the Northern Ireland problem yet, or wherever you're from, or the Mexican problem, or the wherever you are? I don't know. That's a bit silly thing to say, isn't it? Sure, no. But I'll let it ride. It's okay. Ukraine's too busy conquering themselves, aren't they? Really? Shall I go through here? Jackie Chan, Archie, do you want to come through here? Northern Ireland isn't a problem. It is a problem. It's been a problem for a long time. A lot of innocent people died there. I know. I spent 14 years in Northern Ireland, 12 years in the army, and another 2 years afterwards. I stayed there for a couple of years, lived there. So yeah, I do like the dogs though. I like my dogs. It's all good. I live here in Belfast. It's all good. Oh, that's great. I am so happy that it's peaceful now. I was in Belfast a lot. I was mainly up in Fermanagh and Armagh. But yeah, I'm so happy if it's I'm so happy if it's peaceful now. People really suffered, haven't they, over the years? So it's been some really horrible times for people. A lot of people injured and killed. When the peace, I mean, I was part of Royal Irish Regiment, right? So what was UDR? And when the peace process came, we were so happy about. Well, I was so happy about it that, you know, at last there's going to be peace. You know, it's even a fragile piece is better than no piece, right? People are into, I mean, you know, soldiers on the roads, disrupting traffic, causing checkpoints, disrupting people's lives. I mean, it's horrible, isn't it? You know, I'm so glad that's over. It's fine now, keyword. Well, I think it will be fine. I think people had enough down there, haven't they? I'm so glad that it's over. It's who'd want that, you know? If I go down here, right, I'm gonna end up on my neighbour's road. I'm gonna have to go around the back of their house to get to where I want to go. But so I don't want to lose me. It's raining horrible. Oh God, rain! Why does it have to rain on me? Rain on my parade. So I'm gonna go this way, and I hopefully won't get lost here in the forest. It's easy to do, isn't it? All the trees look, especially concentrating on a screen and watching this being. To you know, to read a screen and keep an eye on that, then you turn around and think, oh shit, where did the road go? I'm lost in the forest. So it wouldn't be too difficult to find you here, because over that side there's houses way up there, and on this side we've got the road, so you wouldn't really get lost too far, but you could certainly walk around in circles for a while. I don't really fancy walking in circles. Come on, dogs, where are you? I've lost my dogs. They're here somewhere. Where did they go? Jackie Chan, articulated. I don't know, they'll find me. When you're walking in the forest, they tend to sort of run around everywhere and then find you later, come back and make sure you're still there. Then they go off again. Something interesting, something smells nice or whatever. I don't know. Whatever goes with dogs' brains. So yeah, what's the weather like in Belfast? I think you're probably getting the same weather as me. Oh, there they are now, look, see? They're back again. Yeah, what did you find out there? What was interesting? Who knows? You got a bad eye, haven't you? You got a bad eye. He's got a white spot on his face now where we had a fight with another dog. Yeah, he got a hole, a bit of a puncture wound in his head. So that is not an edible. Not now, it's not edible. It was edible. Would have been if it had been fresh, but now it ain't. So I'm working my way down here. I know that is some. What the mushroom down here is called Bailey Gruddy. Long live our Mother Russia. Yes, long live our Mother Russia. What a wonderful place. I hope everybody's can visit or will visit or intends to visit Russia at some point and just see for yourselves how nice it is, how good it is. It's you know, it's not like they portray in the media, especially the Western media, especially the BBC, who just tell lies. I'm sure they're paid just to tell lies. The odd snippet of truth they get is things like somebody was run over by a car. The rest of it's all lies, especially about Russia. So I hope you get to visit here if you can, wherever you are in the world. It's a nice place. Oh, you see, there's my neighbour's house through the forest there. So I'm not lost, not entirely lost. And my house is over there. Mine's the White House over there. Beautiful woods. Do you guys have lots of deer in your? There is no deer here in this forest. There's absolutely this forest. Well, this forest is it's not really forest. It's building plots that have just overgrown basically. And so, oh, there's Bailey. So there's Bailey Gruddy. It's a wild mushroom grows here, and there's more Bailey Gruddy down here. Look, or is that hedgehog fungus? Let's have a look here. What have we got here? No, they're Bailey Gruddy. So there's a patch here of Bailey Gruddy, and there's another one there. Oh, I have to go back and get a bag or something kind of collect them. Yeah, this is basically building plots here, and so it's just overgrown, and nobody's going to take this on. Well, it will be built on eventually, but not yet. And so we've got the forest for a time being. Is gradually expanding. The settlement's gradually expanding, and basically there's another one there. Look, it's full of Bailey Gruddy. That's really odd for this time of year, but it's been an odd year. So I'm moving from here, I'm moving up to Novgorod, where the forest will remain. If you look at my videos, you'll see I'm building a house up there. We've stopped for the winter, come back to Russia, back to St. Petersburg for the winter, and I'll be going back again in the probably spring. We're going to go back and put the roof on. There's videos. I think I released a video yesterday. They're on a schedule. They're released every 7 days or so. They're on an automatic schedule from YouTube. So those videos are already uploaded. I just have to add in the descriptions of what I was doing on that particular day, but it's on there anyway, so have a look up there if you want to, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Self-build. It is a self-build. There is no builders helping me out. Wife helps me out a bit, but it's my build basically, and very exhausting it is. I'm going to try and get through the area. As for deer in the forest here, there's no animals here in the forest at all. The only thing we've got is there's a few squirrels, a few red squirrels, but that's it. There was apparently years ago wild boar here, but everything's been hunted out to extinction. There's nothing left here now. In fact, what they've done, this part is the building plots. If you went up there about another 2 kilometers, no kilometers, 2 kilometers, kilometer maybe. There's houses up there, and from the, yeah, maybe a kilometer, houses there, and from there on in, it's like a conservation zone, red zone. So hopefully wildlife will return to there at some point. Up there, apparently way further. I mean, this forest, it goes all the way to Pushki. It's like this. You could walk through this forest for like 40 kilometers. You know what I mean? It's very, very, very long, big forest. And further up there, apparently there is bears, but not in this part. So, my new place in Novgorod. Yes, there is everything up there. There is bears. There is deer that come into the garden. We also have swans on the little pond we've got. There's a pond right beside the house, well, not beside, about 100 metres from the house up there. And I'll show that in the summertime. I was going to do live streams from there, and basically with building the house up there, I just didn't get the time to do a lot of live streams. I did a lot of recording a video to make the videos to release now, but I didn't do many live streams. I did a few, but not much. Whereas I'm down here in St. Petersburg, I've got a lot more time to do these live streams, because I'm obviously trying to avoid work. My boss doesn't know I'm back yet. He did know I was back, and then he said, "Oh, you're coming to work?" And I said, "No, I'm going back to Novgorod," and he doesn't know I'm back yet, so I'm hiding for the time being. But I'm expecting him to call me any day now and say, "Come back to work." So, but I don't want to work. I'm a pensioner. Who wants to work? I do pile foundation. If you don't know, I do. Some of my videos I did while I was working, I do pile foundations, and that's. So this is. So let me give you an example of this here. So that's my back of my neighbour's place. This is a bit of spare land, and then this is a building plot here. This was his building plot. This, in fact, he came up here a few years back, and he's not built anything on it yet, but he cleared all this. This is the road, and this was completely cleared, and they even had electric put in. You can see the electric, what they call shotchik there. The electric point is on the post there, and that's his plot there. And it was all completely cleared, and look at it, it's just completely overgrown again. It's mad how quick the forest grows. That's his electric point for his house. That's not in use, and that's, yeah. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine trying to build there? So when he does decide to build here, he's gonna have to really. Hey, you two, come on. He's gonna have to clear all that. In fact, there's a stake in the ground there that signifies the corner of his plot. You can see there. I don't know if you can see it there. There's a blue thing there. That's the corner of his plot. I'll walk down here. That's his plot, and you can see it completely, madly overgrown again. You wouldn't believe it. It's only been I think it's been about maybe 3 or 4 years since he cleared it, and it's complete in that short time. You can see these are only young trees. You can see they're completely overgrown again. It's mad. I'm struggling to get up here. Gosh. So yeah, this was completely cleared. Yeah, unbelievable. There's a corner of his plot. There, that marker there is his, and that's his plot. Sasha. Don't see him very often. Sometimes comes around in summertime and says, "Oh yeah, I'm going to build this year." Yeah, okay, whatever. Will you get? What's that? Sheikh Sharek. Will you get drafted? No, I won't get drafted. We don't have a draft here. In Russia, there is a draft for all young men have to serve compulsory service for 9 months in the military, in the army, or whatever their chosen thing. But it's only kind of learning how to march up and down and stuff like that. They don't do any active military service. It's just national service basically. So it's a militarized kids, but it's only for 9 months. There is no compulsory draft for older people. So no, I'm not going to be drafted. That's nonsense from the West. However, if you go to Ukraine, you certainly will be bloody drafted. Whatever they draft it in Ukraine now, they draft it in, I think, up to 60 years old of age and 21 years to go straight to the front. Some of them don't even have training. They get drafted and get dragged off straight to the front. That's why there's a huge casualty rate, because they're not trained. It's craziness. Crazy. Is it easy to obtain land and build a home in Russia? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is easy to obtain land. There's lots of it. It's just how much money you're willing to spend, really. Like any. That's my neighbour Max. He lives over there, and it looks like actually there's a new building come up beside him, and one beside that as well. My God, I haven't been up here for ages. So what happens when you go away for the summer? You come back and everybody's gone mad with building. That is interesting. So, what's the radioactive level? Oh, I don't know. How do you measure radioactivity? Background activity across the world? I don't know. I haven't got a Geiger counter. No idea. That's a bit silly, isn't it? There's no radiation level. There hasn't been a nuclear war yet. Oh, there you go. That's the edge of my neighbour's plot there. You can see the other blue marker down there. So, if he does decide to build it, he's got a lot of work on, hasn't he? Let's get all these trees out. Rural Russia looks breathtaking. It does, doesn't it? Hello, sir. Hello, Anzar. It is. It's very nice here. I'm just got to be careful I don't get lost. So I keep my eye on the house up there. Easy to get lost when you're watching a telephone screen, doing a live. You can see. Is it my house from here? I don't even know if that's my house. Actually, hold on. I'm not sure whose house that is. Is it mine? No, I don't think that's... Whose house is it then? Is it my house? It's not my house. My house don't like that. My house is white. But I don't... That's the neighbour's. Is it my house? It is my house. It is my house. But it looks odd from this angle. But anyway. Is it good? Is it easy to get guns for self-defence? No, it's not easy to get guns for self-defence, because you can't have a gun for self-defence. So no, it's not. There is various gun licenses for like clay pigeon shooting and range shooting, if you're into rifle clubs and that, stuff like that. Clay pigeons, but self-defence weapons, no. It's a big no-no. There's no handguns. Basically, they're illegal. Automatic weapons are illegal. There's a whole... It's basically the same as any other country, it's well controlled. Apart from America, where obviously you've got different kind of rules altogether. But here, no, very, very, very tightly controlled. Alright, so now I see. So that's the back of my neighbour's house. I thought it was my house from the distance. It's the back of my neighbour's garage that I was looking at. So I thought it looked a bit odd. Man protecting against wild animals. Is it allowed for rural areas? Yes, in some areas. There is licensed for very rural areas. So if you went up to like what do you call the place? I've forgotten. If you went up to the very, very forested place, Siberia place like that, yes, they have rules up there about that. For against bears stuff. But basically, I mean, My new place in Novgorod, Staré Russa, isn't that beautiful? That's all gone green and mouldy, isn't that odd? Isn't that nice? Stump of a tree. Up there, it's all you do is ring the police and they're down in short time if a bear happens to wander onto your land. Where I'm building my house, there is no bears. They're about a kilometre away. They come down to the river to catch fish, but not where I am. You just ring the police and they come down and chase them away. That's the. There was a report of a bear that came into the town there some years ago, but they said it was a neighbour bloody half asleep and they think he saw a dog. It wasn't really a bear, but I don't know. You tell me. I have no idea why this square bit was cut out of this forest. I have really seen this a lot of times, you know, over the years, and I've yet to work out what it was about. I don't know whether it was going to be a foundation for something or what, but it's very square, isn't it? Look at it. It's all filled with water. You see that? I wonder if it was planned to be a foundation for something at some point and never really was done. Do they tax you? Do you tax you for a cabin in the woods? It's a lot of paperwork required. Tax, you pay land tax, but it's very, very cheap. I think mine is like $1 a year or something, my land tax here. A lot of paperwork, yes, it is a lot of paperwork. It's traditionally Russian, where Russians love documents and paperwork, and so yes, everything requires a lot of paperwork. But I mean, you get sort of what, you know, agents, land agents, or what have you, and they can do all that for you, you know. There's no point in. How you get clean water and food? How do you get food? Go to the shop and buy it. How do you get food? Clean water comes from a well here. We're on a well system, water well. In Novgorod, where I'm moving to, it is centralised water, so there's no need for a well up there, which I'm looking forward to. Do you have a picture of Putin in your home? Only on the computer, and it's President Putin. But I will do eventually. I will do. I think he's a great president, and yes, I will. Good idea. I did think about that the other day. I thought I haven't got a picture of the president in the house. I should get one. Certainly will. Good idea. Thank you for reminding me, Sean. See, your hate comment was turned into a positive comment. Are you married to a Russian woman? Yes, I am married to a Russian woman. A Russian woman. Certainly am. Ooh. Hi, doggies. They love this. You know, yesterday when I came out and I did a live yesterday, and I was running around the forest and walking up and down the road, and they were absolutely knackered when we got back to the house. They were like, I don't want to play anymore. Just want to lay down. James Fitzmaurice, welcome. I'm just new to this, and is this the offer that President Putin put out to give land to foreigners if they could work it or find it, farm it? No, it's not. They didn't offer a land to foreigners. They offered. There is an ongoing program that's been going on for some years, and it's up somewhere near the border of Mongolia. There's land up there, and you can get like certain vast territories. You can get like I don't know, you know, 1,000 acres or something, but it's got to be so far from a settlement, and there's all kinds of rules to it. I want to marry a Russian woman too. Well, get online and get finding. I'm sure there's plenty of dating sites out there. What do you do for a living? What do I do for a living? I'm a pensioner, but on top of my pension, I do work a little bit. I put Pile Foundations in. If you subscribe to my channel and go look down there, you'll see I've got a work blog, and you can see that I do Pile Foundations. Okay, not as often as I did do, but I do the odd occasional one now. When my boss knows I'm home and he rings me up, can you just do a Pile Foundation for me? And I'm like, oh, please, I don't want to do it. But I have no doubt this winter I will end up doing pile foundations, but not my intention. How is the tyres in the forest? Where did they come from, I wonder? Let's walk down here and onto the main road and then skip down past the, because there's a property there, new neighbours, and they didn't build it. They bought that property and they've got a dog. I don't want my dogs going in there. Not a problem really, but just not polite, is it? But they're lovely young couple. They've just built. They had a foundation on it, but they didn't use it, and they've now built quite a nice place on it. And they're kind of semi-farming it. They've got a sort of homestead type thing. They've got a few. They're planning on some goats and chickens and stuff. So it's very nice. It's a very nice couple, young couple. I think they're in the 20s, early 20s. What else have we got? What? Anzar, thank you for the love hearts. So yeah, they're doing that there. That's my other neighbour there. He takes in stray dogs. I think he's got 17 at the moment, which is a bit mad, isn't it? But Jackie, Hachik. But yeah, he gets some help from the government to look after stray dogs because there's no RSPCA here. Have you learned Russian? Yes, I've learned Russian. You can't live in Russia. Well, you can live in Russia without speaking Russian, but you'd find it very, very difficult. And I've got smartphones these days. You can have this translation, but basically, you want to learn Russian as quickly as possible. There's a car coming there. Come on. A lot of cars here for a Sunday, isn't there? That's very odd. There used to be nothing up here, and it's gradually. It's a taxi actually. Come on. Oh, it's a taxi, so it's, yeah, Yandex taxi going down the way. Well, somebody's obviously been dropped off at home or whatever, but on a Sunday morning, very odd. Used to be, when I was the first person who lived in this forest, and full time anyway. There was a few other scattered ones that my neighbour had a summer residence up there. We were the first in the forest full time. So before, this road was just dirt track. That place there used to be it was just a hut basically, and then he built there. That was just a foundation, a destroyed house, and this was just this road here was just a dirt track, and we had a metal swing gate across the road there, because as all forests in all places in the world, people like to fly tip rubbish, and so we had to have that barrier in there to prevent that coming up here. So I think 3 times they managed to tip rubbish up here. One time somebody cut the lock off and managed to dump rubbish. Swine hunts. But now the settlements that's a building plot there. He's going to be building as well apparently. Now the settlements sort of gaining people. It's a lot more controlled now. I've got a automatic gate with cameras, so that problem has now been stopped, and the roads all the neighbours have put together. If you don't know, if you're in a gated community like this, the residents pay for the roads, so of course roads are very expensive, so there's not many residents, so it's been done as cheaply as possible by putting hardcore stone down and then crushed asphalt on top. So it's kind of okay, but it's not the best. You know, that's their dog. Come on, you two. So walk down here. That house there is completely derelict now. It was kind of semi-derelict when we got here 15 years ago, and now it's completely derelict. It's I did have a look inside. It's the floors have all rotted out. Yeah, complete mess. But it is for sale if anybody wants it. You're welcome to it. This house here, was 2 sisters, and one of the sisters died, and the other sister sold it, and a young woman bought it, and her husband bought it, and then her husband died, but she didn't sell it, and she's renovated it slowly, and it's now looking very nice. They've done a good job there, or she's done a good job. Unbelievable, isn't it? It's like the house of death, that. If there's ever going to be a haunted house, that should be it. What's that? Do you ever hear about y'all's? Do you hear about y'all's defense missile misfire and hitting a residential building? I don't believe it was misfire, that's for sure. That's in Ukraine. That's happened in Russia. Is it a village where you're living? It's kind of a village, yeah. Where did you learn your Russian? Where did I learn my Russian? Well, I did a lot of these online courses. You know, there's Duolingo, there's what do you call it, Rosetta Stone. I did all that, and then, which was pretty much useless apart from learning to read. And then I basically practically picked it up and learnt. I did try a tutor, it wasn't very good, but basically being immersed in the community, you learn it, you pick it up, don't you? So that's why I learnt it, self-taught. Hence I have lots of mistakes. It was Russian defence against Ukraine unmanned attack aircraft today. I do not know. I haven't seen the news yet today. It's certainly not here anyway, in my village. But yeah, these things happen in war, don't they? Missiles misfire and go wrong, land where they're not supposed to be landing. I'm going to walk up here because the van come in. It's so busy today on a Sunday, that's craziness. You know, there used to be nothing up here. Come on, you. Come on. There used to be absolutely nothing here. Now he's going up and down, up and down, up and down. What is going on there? They're all stuck at the fence. No, I'm not opening it for them. Get stuffed. Come on, Arctic. I'm not opening it for them. Don't know who they are. Last night, just be safe, man. I like watching you, and I could hate for something to happen. Thank you, Eric. No, there's nothing happens here in where I am. Yeah, I can understand Ukraine's really getting it, but here, no, there's nothing in St. Petersburg. I think they did knock 2 out of the sky a few while back, but no, nothing here basically. It's very safe here. I'm just going to go up here and then I'm going to take a left and I'm going to the forest there. There's actually a prison down here, and remand centre. It's not really a prison, it's a remand centre, you know, sort of pick up a drunk at night, throw him in the cells at night, let him sober up and then throw him out in the morning, you know, that kind of thing. And a local jail, but it's down there, and I cannot film that. And I don't know what anybody would say to me if I was to film it, but I'm not going to risk that. I don't think it's a wise idea to go filming prisons or police. You see it's on YouTube, don't you? Where they're going out, what they call auditors, checking the police station, you know, filming the police station, and the police come out and give them a load of grief, you know. What's the point in all that? I don't see it. You know, why would you want to upset the police? I certainly wouldn't want to do it here. You know, it's like military objects, you know. Well, you know, I won't film anything military at all. I won't film police, and I won't film police, maybe, but certainly not going to film a prison. What do you think about? What do you think about Soviet? What do I think about Soviet Union? What can I think about Soviet Union? It's finished, hasn't it? It's done. It's not there anymore. It's absolutely finished. It ended 30 something years ago. I don't know, 19. When did the Berlin Wall fall and come? That's a lovely. I've spotted this here. Look, I'll show you this here. See this little yolk here? This is what they call a yolk in Russia. A little green tree, little green fir tree. I think because this is a road and a building plot, I think I'm going to take that with me to Novgorod. I think I'm going to come and pull that up and take it with me and give it a new home, because here it will just get. If this land, in fact, yeah, this land is ever built on, this will just get flattened. Nothing will survive. Basically, when they build here, generally, they just remove every tree just completely with a digger. So hence in this part here, you're quite able to come and cut down trees for firewood and stuff if you're that way inclined. And so if you spot little trees like that, why not give it a new home, give it a chance to live. Did Russian people accept you, or do you feel as a foreigner? People are very accepting here, honestly. You got to remember the huge mixed diverse culture here. We've got there's 140 something languages spoken. There's 140 different ethnic groups here. It's vast. So really, as a foreigner, you kind of melt into the pot. You know, you're not really noticed unless you're going out into the street and shouting. And I mean, if I was live streaming in the centre of the town and I was speaking English, you might get a few looks. You know, so ooh, you know, somebody speaking English. You might get that, but that's about your limit. You know, no, you don't feel foreign. Bear in mind, Russia and England had a long history, and so you know, you don't really feel foreign. I mean, there's a part of St. Petersburg that's called the English Quarter. You know what I mean? So it's where they, during 100 years before, they brought some English people over to build boats for the Tsar at the time, and it remained the English Quarter. So no, you don't feel foreign here. I mean, it doesn't matter what colour you are or whatever ethnicity you are. It doesn't matter because there's such a mix here. You'd never. I think the only people who would be slightly noticeable would be African Americans, because Russia was never part of the European slave trade. They didn't have it, or the African slave trade. So consequently, there's not many African Americans or people of African descent here. So they stand out a little bit, but there's no animosity. We don't have racism here or things like that. It's just not racist. So you know, you might get the odd look. So, oh, you know, there's a black person. You know, especially in the rural areas, you might get that. Oh, you know, but that's about it. You know, if anything, they're more curious and they want to be your friend. You know, they kind of, you know, as soon as people find out I'm English, they normally think I'm kind of from Estonia or somewhere because of my accent. But normally, when people find out you're foreign, they want to be your friend. They want to know you. So it's nice like that, you know. It's because they've got this idea that the West is full of money and we're all rich, you know, and we've got and the West got the idea that Russia's totally poor, you know, kind of stereotypes, you know. A lot of old rubbish in it, but anyway. Do you get any problems with the UK government after moving to Russia? No, I don't. I'm a Russian citizen. They can go and get stuffed as far as I'm concerned. No. They can't give me any problems, can they really? I haven't been to I haven't got a UK passport anymore. I didn't bother to renew it. I can't actually go back to the UK now even if I wanted to. I don't have a passport. And I don't have an English driving licence either. That ran out as well. So I had to recently. Have you met Khabib? Who's Khabib there? I don't know who Khabib is. Sorry. I recently had to do my Russian driving licence, and blimey, that was some experience, you know, from an older man. You know, I had a lorry license before. I used to drive lorries at one time, and so to come and do your test again is like, whoa, because you know, you learn things. You know, you drive a certain way as you go through life, and then having to go back to basics. You know, having to hold your hands at 1:45 and all that. You know, it's like, ooh. It was a strange experience, and it's quite thorough, the tests in here for licensing. You have a computer test. You've got like a test bank of 600 questions. You've got like 15 minutes to answer 30 questions. You know, it's like quite quick, fast and furious. And yeah, then you have a practical test on a sort of fake village. You know, where they can test your 3-point turns safely and all that kind of stuff, parallel parking and all that. And then you've got an hour on the road as well. To be driving around and be ordered to turn left, turn right, you know, when you come to the end of the road, turn left, you know, that kind of thing. So it was is there any notable Turkish population? Not that I've noticed. Turkish population, there is no. In fact, I did meet somebody online here from Turkey. Yes, there is a few, but I don't very often. I've never met expats or, you know, migrants other than online. I just don't meet them because I just never occurred to me to do that. I did an interview. There's a girl called Sydney. She's on YouTube. I think she's a channel called Moving to Russia, and I did an interview with Sydney. She's a young girl from America, a very beautiful girl, and I did an interview with her, and she was actually the first immigrant or expat I'd ever met in Russia in life. In real life, you know, so that was an experience for me, because I was like, oh, somebody else speaks English, because normally, you know, my wife doesn't speak English at all. She can't speak English. None of my neighbours speak English. One of my neighbours does speak English, but I don't see her very often. But yeah, and generally it's Russian only, so I gotta be careful here, because the what do you call it is down there. The prison is just down there. I don't want to. All 26 people were online today. It's a small online today, a small live stream today, but I expect it not being a Sunday. But if you are new to my channel, have a look down there, and you can subscribe. If you don't subscribe, the Russian war bears come to get you. They make you drink vodka, and then they take you to the gulag with the KGB, of course. Were you in Afghanistan when you were a soldier? Yeah, no, yes and no. I was in Afghan, but not as a soldier. Well, I was in Northern Ireland most of my service, and when I finished, I went as a contractor to military contractor to Iraq, and then to Afghan 2 years in Afghanistan, but not as a soldier, as a contractor. I was a dog handler for ISAF. Interesting perspective. Do you think so, Harry? Harry Plod? Not how you say that. Do you think it's interesting perspective? I think so. I just want to show you that Russia is not the devil's den that they make out. Information overload. It's not. Russia is not what you think it is. It's not. It's not the KGB hiding behind every wall, or bears in the houses. And we do have toilets. Yes. That was a popular misconception, wasn't it, that was put out. What do you think about the French Foreign Legion? They're foreign, and the French, I don't know. Never met anybody from the French Foreign Legion. I did meet one guy, actually. I think I was in Iraq or Afghanistan, somebody who'd been served with them, but no, never met them. No idea. You've got all these elite, what they call elite groups, haven't you, you know. They got this elite, that elite. You know, load of old rubbish, if you ask me. They say about, you know, the UK's got this fantastic army, and America's got this brilliant army, and Russia's got this brilliant army, and if they went to war, there'd be X, and we've got X amount of tanks, and you see it in the newspaper, don't you? Sometimes, and they got like, they used to have like Russia's got 500 tanks, and UK's got 200 tanks, and America's got 300 tanks. And, you know, in a war, X amount would win. Rubbish. If there was a war between Europe and America, it would be, or Europe, America, and Russia, it would be over in about 17 minutes. I think it takes time for a nuclear-armed ballistic missile to fly across the ocean. We'd all be dust, wouldn't we? So it's a lot of rubbish. It's just scare tactics. It's because they want you to be scared of Russia. They want Russia to be the big baddie, because if Russia's the big baddie, then you need to have arms, don't you? You need to have arms, and if you have arms, you have to have weapons and invest in that. Then, of course, the people who own those companies, or who are heavily invested in those companies, namely politicians, generally, they make sales, don't they? And if they're making sales, they're making profit. So you've got to have a baddie, haven't you? You know what I mean? It's like if you want to sell cars, new cars, then you've got to make sure the cars that you make don't last too long, so that they break down and people are forced to buy new cars. It's nothing too difficult about that. What is that there? There's a placard in the... Somebody's put a placard in the... What does that say? That is odd. Some odd things today I've seen. What does that say? I can't even read it. What is that? 2023. Lesser. Don't throw rubbish in the forest, it says. Yeah, don't throw rubbish in the forest. Or maybe it's who knows? Who knows what that's about? Seen some odd things today. Is crime abundant? Why would crime be abundant? No, crime is not abundant. It's actually, Russia is, I explained this the other day, crime is not abundant. It's a very, very safe place. If you had a young daughter or something like that, or a young child, and would you let them out in your home, where you are now, wherever you are now? Would you let them out at night time on their own? Would you do that? Would you do that in the UK? I wouldn't. Here you can. If you're a young female, say, would you allow, or if you say you have a young daughter, say she's somewhere between 15 and 19, very beautiful girl, and she goes to town at night time, would you think she'd be safe in that town at night time? Somewhere like Antwerp or somewhere like that, in France or in Belgium even, or in London somewhere. Would you think she'd be safe there? I don't think so. But here, absolutely safe. My wife, alright, my wife's the same age as me, a bit older than me in fact. She's not a young girl, but even so, there is no fear at night time. She can go to town, come back at 10 o'clock at night. She often does come back at 10 o'clock at night. Nothing, no problem whatsoever. It just doesn't exist like that here. There is not the endemic crime. There's no knife crime here. Just doesn't happen. I mean, in the early 90s, after the fall of communism, yeah, it was a bit rough for a while. I wasn't here during that time, but the stories I've been told, it was very rough for a while. But it's been very much policed now, and that's all been sorted out. So not anymore. In Turkey, it's like hell here, not safe at all. Not do that in the US. Yeah, I can imagine. I've heard, I've heard. I mean, I know watching TV and US, American YouTubers, and they're showing some of the places where these druggies are hanging out. I mean, just unbelievable. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I mean, somebody on YouTube who's doing that is doing it to get likes, right, and get views. So I guess they're showing the worst. Philadelphia, is that the place? I guess they're doing that to show the worst of society to get their views, right? But so how true it is, I can't say. I've not been there, but it doesn't look very safe anyway. Not say, I don't think I'd feel safe there at night time, or even in the daytime. All is well with your hope. It is. Broad daylight. Really, people killing each other. I mean, it happens everywhere, doesn't it? People get murdered. That's just human behaviour, in it. Whether they be in Russia or some other place, it just happens, doesn't it? People fall out and they get carried away, and somebody gets injured or killed or murdered, don't it? That's just the way of the world, isn't it? One of the world's evils. I can go down a bit further. There is, like I said, there's a prison way further down here. I'm not gonna video that, because that's just asking for somebody to come out and give me a right old earful in it. Why are you here filming the prison? I can just imagine it. So not the why. I can't imagine if you went to the UK or somewhere or some other country and went to the prison, started filming the prison, how happy they'd be about it. So I can't see it being any different here, to be honest. I have been in the prison, not as a prisoner. I got my first German Shepherd dog here, Berta. She's died now a few years back. She came from the prison. They had a dog breeding program down there, and we got friendly with the dog handlers, and we got our first German Shepherd from down there. Beautiful dog she was. Just hold your head up. We have a billion firearms. You do, don't you? you got a billion firearms in the US. You do. We don't have that here. People don't have weapons here. It's not allowed. It's very, very, very strictly controlled and regulated. So we don't have that here at all. You see, I'll turn you around and show you part. So from my house down, you come down my house. This is what they call Södervodsva, which means garden settlements, or what would you call it? Homesteading places, I suppose. So these are all on that kind of land. Land is categorised very, very strictly here, and that is land for gardens, garden houses. You can live there permanently. That's allowed, but you can also live right next to somebody who's got a great herd of goats, and there's somebody down there with a great herd of goats. But they're through that side of the. It's not our settlement. There's a fence between us and them. Keep them out. Keep us in. I don't know. one or the other. And that's them down there anyway. Today I'm thinking I will take a walk down to the shops later, and I'll probably do a live on the way down there and just show you some of the shops, the Russian shops down there. There's want to go and get some meat and make some shashlik this afternoon if the weather stays dry, but it's not looking good at the moment. Shashlik is like barbecue, and what the line. Pathway of Hope, sad when a man can't protect his family. It is, but here we don't have home invasions. You're not going to get attacked in your home. I mean, I leave my door open all the time. You know, the house here with the doors open all the time. You know, and my neighbours came yesterday. I fixed. I do a bit of electrical repairs for people, not for money, just because I can. You know, it's nice to do things for people. And the neighbour's dad, he's 90 something, and he's got this old TV receiver, you know, like receives the channels from a satellite dish, and it was broken, and he waited for me to come back to Novgorod and asked him to bring it to me to fix it, and of course they'd fix it. It's only a blown capacitor in it. And the next few days ago, while I was doing the live stream, actually, they came down and said, "Oh, we've got something nice for you," and they fetched me some homemade jam and some homemade syrup and some homemade, if you can imagine, pumpkin seeds that are turned into a kind of sauce. Is that the right word? And they fetched that, and the door was open, so they just went into the house and left it on my table, you know. And that's the kind of way it is here, you know. No danger like that. There's a big Kamaz truck coming through. There's quite a bit of work going on here. It's surprising how much now the settlement is growing, and this used to be absolutely deadly quiet on a Sunday. Any day of the week it was deadly quiet. I mean, there was nobody here when I first came here. It really was a brand new settlement, and now this last few years it's really starting to grow. Do you farm anything? Not anymore. Definitely, I've never lived up in here. Relative have weapons. It's called a path. Do I farm anything? No, I don't farm anything. We used to have chickens, and we used to have rabbits, what they call super giant rabbits. They're about 5 kilos, they're heavy old things. But to be honest, the cost of raising chickens here doesn't equate to the cost of buying chickens in the shop. Eggs and chicken meat is so cheap that it just wasn't worth the effort of doing it. I mean, I know it's nice to have your own eggs because they're a lot, the yolks are a lot more yellow, you know, kind of orangey colour, and the meat is much nicer. But economically, it's just not worth the bother, honestly. Like, I mean, 10 eggs here, you know, a box of 10. We don't sell them in 12s like they would in the UK, sell them in 10s, or I think it's 25s, like a tray of 25 or 10 good size eggs here will cost around, I don't know, less than $1, you know. So is it really worth raising chickens? No, not for me. And rabbits as well. Meat here, $1 a kilo maybe, something like that. It's just not worth the effort to do that here. You have a more beautiful life than you think. People care about their neighbours. Excellent English, sir. My English is good because I'm English. Well, it's not good, but I'm English. We have good neighbours here, yeah. But there is some downsides to living in a place like this, in a forest. Not Russia, but in a forest. I mean, infrastructure is kind of low. You know, the roads are quite bad. There's no gas here, so we're all on central what do you call it, solid fuel. So for me, wood burner or electric. And if you start running electric heating in a house, you can imagine the cost is going to jump up. And the electric's much cheaper here, but it's still going to start to get pricey in it. So, and not only that, but this forest where I am now, which is beautiful though it is at the moment, as you can see, the amount of cars that have gone past today, the settlement is growing somewhat rapidly, and because of that, the forest will disappear. As people expand and the houses are built, the forest will disappear. And so for me, I've lost interest in it now here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to see the forest destroyed, and it will be. It'll be built upon this. It's kind of a fake forest, this. because it looks very nice, but it's actually not. It's building plots. It's just overgrown, so it's a fake forest. I mean, look, I'll turn around there. I'll show you this bit of forest here. Look, and this bit, this is probably the only bit that won't get built on. But look at it here. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? You know, it's lovely and clean and gorgeous. But over there, where we are, you know, back that way, it's all building plots. It's all going to be built on. You know, so I don't want to be in a. I don't want to. It breaks me heart to see the forest torn down. But I mean, I did exactly the same thing. We built our place in the forest. Had to be clear. You can't build on trees, can you? Unless you want to live in a tree house or something. It would be a bit odd, wouldn't it? Tarzan or something. All forest now homes or warehouse, I understand. Yeah. So so we're moving from here. If you've seen my videos, you see I'm building a house in Novgorod, which is 300 kilometers from here. It's a little bit more than 300 kilometers, about 320 kilometers from here. It's about 170 miles or something up the road towards Lake Ilmen. Up there it is. We've got our plots is there's only two houses there at the moment, and won't be any more. That our house is directly in the forest and up there, but it's also very, very close to infrastructure. It's kind of the best of both up there. It took me a long time to find that plot up there. I was searching for probably the best part of 2 years to find the ideal plot, you know. And it's just marvellous up there. I love it up there. So we'll be going up there this summertime. Stay there and never leave. 21. Why would you say that, eh? But you're entitled to your opinion. I don't want to go anywhere else, thanks. How much does land cost? Land can be very, very, very expensive in the towns, and I mean we're talking millions. But for a tiny little plot, to very cheap in the countryside, depending which region you're in. It just completely varies. For me, my land here in St. Petersburg cost me 8,000 UK pounds or $8,000, and my land in Novgorod, the one I got up there, was about $1,000, or just less than $1,000, or £1,000 for that. So that's the kind of differences. 21. What's your problem, huh? So yeah, it completely varies where depending on where you are. Can the government take it? Cheap US money. Can the government take what? Cheap US money. I don't understand that. If the trees are all gone, the birds have to build in caves or on the ground. Yeah, I suppose they would. I don't know. I don't think all the trees will go here. This bit here where I am now will stay. This is not. This is protected land here. There will be no building here. This is conserved, if you like. This is part of the greater forest of Pushkin, so there'll be no building here. Any bombs left inactive from war? Is it safe to walk the forest? You mean from the Second World War? Here, yes. There's stuff turns up all the time. I mean, London as well. Every day there's something turns up. You know, that's the consequence of war, isn't it? It's just, I can't imagine what Ukraine's going to be like afterwards. It'll take, you know, thousands of years to. I think they estimated the mine clearance for the entire world will take like 10,000 years or something for all the mines that have been laid over the years. So, long time. Land can government take it from? I don't know what you mean by land can government take it from you. Cheap US dollars cost land there. I don't know. Why would the government take land from you? No, they can't take land. If you own the land, it's yours. That's it. You know, same as any other place. The US of whatever. The United States is a mighty power. It really is. You know, whether you like the US or not, whatever your thoughts are on it, it's a mighty power. It's one of the world's greatest powers, isn't it? You know, world's strongest military, probably. Something to take heed of. You know, they're not folk to be messed around with, are they? You know, especially if you happen to be Venezuela. You know, who line up. Well, they sent a aircraft carrier down there the other day, didn't they, off the coast of Venezuela somewhere. So God help us, what's going to happen down there? Hate to see another walk come up. Well, anyway, it's very nice here. It's very nice. This is the lower end. I'll just turn you around here. This is the very low end of this. That didn't work, did it? You're getting my ugly mug. You're not getting. Why is that not turning around? Doesn't want to turn around. Oh, yeah, there you go. Huge debt. Yeah, well, everyone's got debt, haven't they? Personal debt, country debt. You know, that's sovereign debt. They've all got it. It's just the way of the world. It doesn't really affect the people, does it? Other than they're paying a bit more tax. You know. Yeah, that's the other end of that settlement down there. That's the garden houses, if you like. The prison's just down there, but you can't see it through the forest. It's kind of way down there, so I think we're safe enough. So something like that. I don't think there's anything. That's the main road. It's not the main road here. My dogs have lost again. Where are they? Where are your dogs? Oh, there he is. Come on, Jackie, what are you doing? Come on. What are you doing? Come on. Come over this side, you silly thing. What are you doing over there, eh? What have you got in your mouth? What have you got? Oh, it's your tongue hanging out. I thought he'd found a bone or something. Look at that splot on his head where he's had a bloody fight with another dog. He's got cream on his head. Silly old thing. $38 trillion debt. Yeah, it's some amount, isn't it? Beautiful forest, peaceful. It is peaceful here. It is beautiful, but like I said, this bit's okay. But up there where I am, it's going to get flattened and there won't be any forest there. It'll just be a million houses that look something like that over there, and it doesn't really appeal to me. So come on, let's go up the main road. Come on, you two. Come on then. So I'll walk down here and I'll show you a view of that settlement, a better view out of once I come out of this bit of forest here. Something died over there and has been buried. I think a dog died and was buried over there. Somebody's buried it in the forest. Don't know where it says. I don't think it's a human. It's a dog or a cat or something, isn't it? Somebody's buried. So let's have a walk down this way. So we've got these little drainage ditches down the sides of the road everywhere. Don't fall over. Come on this way. Come on. So that's the settlement over there. You can see there's some beautiful big houses built. Oh, look at that size of that place over there. Huge. Really big. And this is the road. That road there runs down to the prison way down there. You can just see the top of it down there. This road here runs up into my settlement. As you can see, it's been did a good job of this road actually. It's pretty smooth, but after the winter it'll have to be redone again. It was just a dirt track when I got here, and then they we've all put together, all the neighbours and we've all put money into it, and we had white stone put down, and that was crushed down, and then this year we had this black crushed asphalt put down. It's done a pretty good job, but it's kind of replaced you have to fix them every year because, as you know, in Russia you get very cold weather, and the trouble with the cold, it's not just cold, it goes up and down, it raises, it goes plus minus. So what happens is the snow melts and it finds any little gap and jumps in a hole, and then it freezes and out comes the asphalt, and that's what causes the potholes. And you can see here there's quite a few, but they'll be fixed in the summertime. Pathway, we call that Saddleback German Shepherd, brown black one. He's not really a German Shepherd, he's a mix-up. He's a Heinz 57. He's mixed of a German Shepherd and God knows what. I don't even know. It wasn't our dog. It's the neighbour's dog, and we took him in because they didn't want him. And that other one, the black shepherd there, he's not a shepherd, he's a Wolf-Volk-Sub. He was again a neighbour's dog that we took in. I mean, they're not really our dogs. We call that frost heavies here. Heavies. Does that mean like it heaves the tarmac out the road or something. What do you think about the bald British guy traveling Russia, bald and bankrupt? You're talking about? He was expelled out of Russia after he did something stupid, didn't he? He went somewhere secret and tried to film it, and they caught him red-handed, and he ended up getting arrested and deported out of the country for his own stupidity. But he's a massive YouTuber, and he's like got millions and millions of viewers, and something like his videos make vast amounts of money. I mean, he's absolutely rolling in it. I've got a friend who knows him actually. Was he a spy? No, I don't think he was a spy. He was just taking a liberty. That was all. He took a liberty in. I mean, if you went to any country, right? Any country in the world. Say you went to, I don't know, any country you can think of, and you started taking videos of secret things, secret objects that they didn't want you to take videos of, and you get caught, what's going to happen to you? You get booted out, aren't you? And so he deserved it. He's lucky he didn't get locked up, but he just got booted out instead. So life is life. Do you feed dogs dog food or homemade food? Dog food. Well, they kind of we get bones from the butchers, kind of thing. But generally, they're on Chappy at the moment. Is the chosen dog food, dry food is what we feed them. Sometimes they get homemade food, but they get mixed in with bones and stuff. What made you move to Russia? What made me move to Russia? Well, one, for love, which is always a priority, my wife, and secondly, financial stability here that I couldn't have had in the UK. I've got a pension, but I could not live on that pension in the UK. I just couldn't do it. I would be absolutely broke all the time. You know, here that pension goes a long way, and I can retire. I'm 56 and I'm retired. You know, and not only am I retired, I'm building a second house on my pension. So it's financial more than anything. Do you go to the gym or exercise? Do I? Heck no, I'm too old. Do a lot of walking. I do a lot of. I mean, when I'm working, I was working a bit in the just before I went to Novgorod. Pile foundations. Yeah, it's kind of good workout, shifting piles around. You know, it's heavy work, so I don't think I need to do that. Do you have a VPN? If so, aren't the services causing any problems? Apparently, Ross commented, spent millions fighting those who circumvent the blockades of YouTube. Food be expensive there. Why ask for? No, dog food's not particularly expensive. Dog food costs about $20 for 15 kilos. What's that about? Do you use VPN? Yes, I do use VPN to access YouTube because the government deemed it necessary that YouTube was blocked off. I think they're trying to promote. There's something called RooTube, which was heavily promoted, and I think basically that was there's a lorry coming. Come on this way, dogs. Come on, Jackie, come on, come over here. There's a lorry coming. I'm not going to get him. So come on this way. Hey, this way. Come on, Jackie, come on, this way. Go across this footbridge here. Somebody's built. Don't want to fall over. A big Kamaz. This come here. This is a. Come here. Yeah, that's what they call a Kamaz. It's a Kamaz company and a lorry. I'll walk through the forest. I don't want to get these two squished under a lorry. They shouldn't be coming up here so fast, but they do. They're in a rush, aren't they? Bricks. They're bringing in. I think they're bringing in land to a plot up there, and to raise the land level up. Because up there it's kind of a bit boggy, and I think that's what they're up to. Do you earn from YouTube? What's that? Oh, so do you have any hobbies? My hobbies are I like to repair electrical things, electronics. That's what I like. Do you earn from YouTube or do you upload as a hobby? I upload as a hobby at the moment. How does it feel to be walking in Russia during the last days of its existence? Do you have Russian parents or grandparents? 18 kilos food for about 45 for good stuff. Yeah. Uh, well, the last days of Russia's existence. Do you think Russia's going to disappear overnight, or something, or what? Come on, it's silliness, isn't it? Really. Do you have Russian parents or grandparents? Hey, Archie, come on this way. Come on. Yes, I do. Kind of. My ancestry is from Lithuania, so my great grandmother was from Lithuania, which was part of the Russian Empire. So, kind of yes-ish, sort of a tiny percent of me. But it would be a tiny percent. So Lithuanian kind of ancestry. Hence why I look like the locals here. I don't know much difference, you know. Same facial features. $18 a kilo for, oh sorry, 18 kilos for $45. Pretty good, isn't it? Good morning, Central Texas. 0317 here. Good morning, Robin. It's really silly. The food is good. I like that one. Last days of Russia's existence. Come on. Is that the really sensible thing to say these days? Oh, I've got water on my camera, aren't I? Sorry. I'll try and rub that off a bit. There we are. To see my ugly mug a bit better. Is the food good? Food is good. I've never had any problems. Somebody asked me do I earn off YouTube. No, I don't earn off YouTube at the moment. Am I going to monetize? Hard to say. What I wanted to do, my big, see, I like helping people. That's kind of my nature, and so I fix electrical things for people, neighbours and that, and don't charge any money. I take, you know, somebody fetches me all the stuff, and I take the components out, and then I fix other things with it. And what I would like to do, my real ambition for the money, if I was to get monetized on YouTube, I'm close to it actually. My plan is that money will be donated to either worthy cause, or probably what I'd like to do is help out pensioners. Pensions are not very good here. They're very low, and I would like to, you know, just go to a shop, maybe on live stream, go to a shop, find pensioner who's, you know, I've seen pensioners buying like 3 potatoes and stuff, and I would really like, you know, oftentimes I've paid myself, you know, so, you know, I'll pay for that, you know, and I would like to use YouTube money to pay for that. That would be I think a good thing to do, because this is really, it's only fun in it. It's only a hobby, isn't it? I mean, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I haven't got a gang of I mean, you see some of these YouTubers, they've got these gangs of videographers and script writers and all kinds of stuff, you know. I've got none of that. This is mainly a hobby for me. So if it is monetized, money will probably be given away. That's my kind of opinion on it. What do you like? Caucasian sheepdog, I figure, be a lot big mountain dogs. Yeah, Caucasian dogs are big, aren't they? What do you like most about Russia? The thing I like about Russia is freedom. The freedom to express myself, the freedom of speech, which seems to have disappeared in the UK at the moment, where apparently if you call some gay person a faggot, then you're going to go to jail for it, when here I'm not. So there's freedom of that. There's little freedoms like being able to walk in a forest with nobody's going to come and tell me off for doing it. I'm not going to get in trouble for it. You know, things, little freedoms like that. Freedom's being able to park where I like. There's just so much. It really is a breath of fresh air coming here and not have overbearing Big Brother is watching you all the time, because they're not. Really, you do feel freedom here, that you're not oppressed like you are in the West. I don't know if that comes across clear or not, but yeah, that's kind of the way I feel about it. Little Harry G, do you get any disrespect from any locals for not being Russian bred? No, I don't. You'll find that Russians are very welcoming. If anything, they are kind of interested in you. They become, local people feel kind of, you know, they can't believe that I'm here, for one thing. When I'm working, you know, they say, oh, you've got a funny accent, where are you from? And you say, oh, I'm from England. And they're like, what are you doing here? Why? You know, and you very quickly become friends with people. Very, very welcoming people here. You'd be very surprised how nice people are. See a lot of Christians. There's the same amount of Christians there is in any country. There's Christians, there's Muslims, there's Hindus, there's Buddhists, there's everything in between. The only religion I think that is banned is Jehovah's Witnesses, and some cult groups have been banned because they're dangerous, aren't they? And they deserve to be banned. They regard Jehovah's Witnesses as a cult group as well. So do I. I think they're just crazy people. There's no need to do that. But anyway, what's the cost of like living in Russia? It's much cheaper. Council tax? No, we don't have council tax. We have property tax, but it's kind of my property tax for this place here is about £1 a year, something like that. It's very, very cheap. If you had an apartment, something, there's a little bit of property tax on that, but it's not nothing like what is in the West. When did you move to Russia, Limhan? About 15 years ago I moved here, a bit long before the war. Oi, you! Behave. Stop growling at the other dog. What are you growling at, huh? Silly old thing. Pound crazy cheap. Crazy cheap, yeah, it's a pound or $1 for a year. But that's, you know, other places are more expensive. My house in Novgorod, when I've built that, that'll be somewhere in around about, the tax on that will be something in the region of $12 a year, something like that. I'm not a funny sounding Russian. I'm English. I live in Russia. I'm an Englishman. Englishman in New York, in Russia. So that's why I don't sound Russian, because I'm not. I'm English. It's an amazing path to do cycling. Yeah, some of it is, some of it's not. I mean, look here, look. We just fancy cycling through that. I've got to figure out how to walk through it now. I cycle through it. It's interesting to get through here, isn't it? Don't know. I have to go over there, I think. Not out, not put. I don't know what that means. Out, not put. But, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, have a look at my channel. Do a subscription. Click the like. You don't have to like it, but subscribe. Why not? Support me, help me get this channel up and running. I really want to get this channel up and running. I want to, even me walking around the forest. Hey, come here. No, car coming. Come on. Don't chase cars, do we? Apparently they do. I bet plenty of bones in grounds from Napoleonic War. I don't, maybe. Don't know. I've not been digging for bones. So I'll walk back up here to the back onto the road here, and back up to the gate, and then it is raining. I was planning on walking down to the shops today, and I thought I'll do a live stream down to the shops and show you the shops. And I was going to buy some meat and do some barbecuing this afternoon, but the rain is looking like, nah, I ain't going to do any barbecuing in the rain. What's the best stream lives I've ever seen? Do you think so? Where in Russia do you live? Do you have a bear hat for winter? A bear hat? No, I don't have a bear hat for winter. I have a woolly hat. Russia, this is St. Petersburg. It's just outside of St. Petersburg, Leningrad Oblast. Still called Leningrad. Is metal detecting illegal there? That's a funny question. That metal detecting is not illegal, but you do need a license for it, and it's controlled because I think the main reason is because of the Second World War. There's a lot of unexploded ordnance in the ground, and they really don't want people digging around on that. Dangerous. So it's controlled, it's licensed, and if you're not licensed, you can get a hefty fine for it. So yeah, it's controlled quite heavily. What's that? In freedom of speech, are you kidding? A few days ago, 18-year-old Diana Lima was arrested in St. Petersburg for singing a song, Swan Lake Cooperative, Putin. Don't know, didn't read that. Not heard that one. She may have been arrested. I mean, how many in the UK? How many old people have been arrested? I mean, pensioners who can in a wheelchair carted off for having a sign saying free. Was it Gaza or something? You tell me what's free. What's free in the West? What's free here? Yeah, it's illegal to slander the president. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Different freedoms of speech, different. But yeah, it is Russia, and some things are controlled. Why wouldn't they be? But I don't see. That's one thing. I mean, that's against the officials, in it. I mean, but for there's a car coming there. Not. For freedom of speech, like on Facebook and social media, yeah, you know, I can go and say where I like, basically. Is that a big? What's that? Good morning. Morning, wherever Michael Wentz in unexploded ordnance. It is, yeah. I'm sorry, my thing is going. Oh, I've got water on my screen, and it's now playing silly beggars with me. I can't. If I touch the screen to read the writing, to read the messages, it goes a bit funny there. So sorry about that. But it is raining. I wasn't planning on raining this morning. I wasn't planning on the weather raining on me. How's that? So, but yeah, freedom of speech. So it's a funny one, isn't it? What is freedom of speech? Should you be allowed to slander your government, your president, your elected official? I don't know. If they've done something wrong, maybe. But to me, my president has not done anything wrong. He's the best president in the world, whether you like it or not. My opinion. UK's 84 Online Safety Acts and kind of bullshit, I believe it is. Yeah. What do you do for work over there? I don't work at the moment. I semi-work when oh, it's giving me strange messages, touch the screen and stuff. It's because of the rain on the screen, isn't it? But I don't work, basically. I'm a pensioner. When I do work, I do pile foundations for under houses. Come out of there, you silly thing. Got himself trapped in a piece of wire. So yeah, freedom. Shall I show an abandoned hut here? What do you call it? Blair Witch Project hut. Shall I show you? It might be dry in there. I don't know. I'll show you. Shall I? Yes, no? Quickly? I'll show you this abandoned place. So, that's house there is basically, it's not abandoned, but it's I don't know what you call it, it's fallen in. It's owned, but it's not used. But this here, ow, twig in the eye. This place here, my cable walk around thing. This place here, I have never found the owner for it. Well, 15 years I've never seen anybody here. And come out of there, you. So, Archie, come out of there. What is it with you dogs? This is a real abandoned Blair Witch Project hut here. I've never seen anybody here. I don't know who owns it, how long it's been here or anything. But this is abandoned. This is the Blair Witch Project hut. You've been there 15 years. 15 years, yes. Yes. KGB sleeper cell. Sleeper call. Sleeper cell. What's a KGB sleeper cell? KGB doesn't exist anymore. It's like 30 years ago now. You're out of date. Doesn't exist. But yeah, see, it's very, very abandoned. Completely destroyed, innit? I bet that was somebody's pride and joy when they built it. Probably cost a fair few quid and all to get it to build it. But it's I don't know who owns it. I have no idea. I've never seen anybody. Ooh, it's absolutely rotten. But you can see they spent a lot of money. They did proper flooring and that, and you know, and see, it's all shaming it when things like that happen. keep things are abandoned like that. So come on, you two. I'm not gonna stay long. Carefully. Don't want to fall through the damn floor and stand on a nail or something. But yeah, that's the Blair Witch Project. Blair Witch Project hut. That was awesome. Very nice bones to build a home. Do you think? Oh, what's gone funny? That has gone funny now. Oh my god. Ah. Let's turn it around and try that. My camera has gone.